that 45 minutes of workout is almost 1.5 hours of gym workout, because it works each and every part of your body so much. You're actually, it's a good heart exercise. That sport is rated like the second best sport in the world where your physical and mental health is concerned, because it not only makes you run around, but it actually helps you use your brain a lot, which angle to hit the ball in. And so sport, I feel, is a much better way to work out, because it doesn't like aimlessly you have to keep on lifting weights or aimlessly running on the treadmill. You're using your brain as well, you know, which shots to hit and where to hit and all that. So you're having a mental exercise as well. All that has changed me as a person because of getting into a sport, because of following a certain diet.
But for someone who is known to be a foodie, how tough was it to stay away from Makhan?
Imagine Sardarni leaving atta and paratha and all that. So, but I find a way out. So I mix some 10 different types of attas. Like I had nachni, jowar, bajra, soya, rice flour, everything mixed together. And now I don't eat parathas as much, but at least once or twice a week, if I get a craving of having a paratha, then I eat that. Otherwise, now I've become even more South Indian by eating a lot of rice. I eat a lot of rice now. That's my only carb that's the only carb in my diet majorly. So it's not like you have to starve yourself. It's only about knowing what suits your body and what doesn't. And there are numerous ways to work around. So diet has been like really overrated when it comes to, you know, that you have to do so much. No, you don't. You know.
Right. So Taapsee is now also a fashion icon. What influences your choice?
Actually, I'll give not half but 100% credit of this to my stylist. She's my co-sister actually, my sister-in-law Devki. She's sitting back there in US. She's not even in India.
And she puts together
everything. I remember this happened like 2-3 months before baby's release, and I went for an event and I was horribly dressed because and we knew each other because we are family, but I knew that she loves fashion. She's a pharmacist by profession actually. She is practicing pharmacy. She is not into fashion professionally. So but she's your interest. So she loves following fashion. So I remember I went to that event and I was written off very badly by the media, especially because in Bollywood you know how particular they are about what you wear when you go out. So they wrote me off so bad, such bad reviews and comments on what I wore. I was all very disheartened because I was having a stylist at that time who was probably not putting in enough efforts to understand my body type and to do the best for me. I was thinking on my side, oh no, I never did that in my career in South. I think I can manage by myself here. It's okay. I don't need to take the best of stylists. But it didn't. It backfired very bad. So then that day I was very disheartened and I was having a chat with her when she messaged me saying, who made you wear this? And I told her and we had a long chat. And from there onwards she was like, okay, why don't we just start working together? I know it's going to be difficult in the beginning because people will not take her seriously as a stylist since she doesn't have this as her profession. So and she's not even in India to do the running around work. But yes, it's worth trying. I said, yeah, it's definitely worth trying. Let's give it a shot. Start off a little slow with some new designers, not the big known names, and see how it goes. And we obviously had help of the fact that people knew me a bit in the industry and the fact that I was coming up with baby in 2 months. So people took me even more seriously that she's going to be around Akshay Kumar. So she's definitely going to be seen. So some designers did come forward to help us give their stuff, and I got some pretty decent outfits and good appearances to begin with, and people started taking notice of it. Suddenly we had more requests from designers and their PR to use their stuff, and rest is almost history, I can say. So hats off to her. I had so many apprehensions about, no, the off shoulders don't look good on me. I look broad in this. Oh no, I'd have this problem area. And she was like, just let me style. And the fact that whatever I used to be apprehensive about proved wrong because she used to make it work. One after the other, I kept on getting better and better reviews and people started taking notice of me so suddenly. So for today, if you ask me, I've become almost handicapped when it comes to fashion because I blindly and so hopelessly rely on her. That she has to tell me from my hairdo to my jewelry to my shoes, everything she has to tell me, and sitting there in US.
Right.
So imagine our FaceTime and WhatsApp has been running overtime, and we've been managing each and every event like that. So only and only because of Devki this has happened.
Right. Even the JFW cover
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
was
Yeah.
brilliant.
See, no magazines, even
Right.
though I don't use Devki for magazines, because magazines, you have to have a stylist present there on the
Yeah,
set
yeah.
with you, and she can't do that possibly. But it's because of her sense of style which she has inculcated in me, that now I have a sense of what looks good on me and what looks good in pictures. So, you know, all thanks to her, I say. It's been 1 year of great learning from her.
Right. Taapsee, you've always been very vocal about the way actresses are treated in the industry. Do you think things have actually now started to change?
No, they haven't. Not really in the southern part of the world, I would say. Not world, in India, sorry. So, but yeah, it's quite a different ball game in Bollywood, though. I won't say it's totally changed in Bollywood, but it's quite different. I'll give you the example. I think yesterday I was only discussing with someone, so I'll give you a small scoop again without taking names, because this is a big revelation. I feel will be for the people who hear it. So there were two projects, I wouldn't take names again, there were two projects in which I was finalized. I in fact signed contracts. So one of them, I signed contract and I was about to get my advances and all, and what happened there was the person who was directing, producing it, you know, their movie didn't work, which released before my movie, which they happened to do with me. That movie didn't work. So suddenly the whole budgeting of the movie that was going to happen with me felt down. I mean, they had to cut down on the budgets. And everyone else had their advances in place, had their remunerations sorted, and only I was the one whose remuneration was, you can say, compromised over that. Like, they asked me to cut down more on my remuneration because mine was the one, I wasn't given advances, and I don't know why me. Why single out the heroine? Because a producer director's last movie didn't work, they wanted me to compromise on my remuneration. And when I didn't do that, they started finding out other ways to make sure that I walk out of the film. And eventually they confessed it to the other people, not to me directly, which I got to know later, that because of the fact that they didn't have enough funds, what they initially thought they would have for this film, they had to cut down on the budget and they couldn't afford me anymore. So everybody knows, it's a universal fact that the remuneration of a heroine is not even 1/4, it's almost like 1/10 of a hero. And in many cases, even the director. And why I am replaced or I am taken out of the film because of someone else's movie not working in the film. This happened to me also. Another film which I had had final discussions with, we were just waiting to sign the paper, and suddenly an actor's film, the hero of that film, his film didn't work, whichever release he had before that film, that didn't work. So overnight they decided to take me out of the film because now the hero's market has fallen, so the budget of the movie has to go down. So now who has to be compromised in this whole scenario? The heroine. So now they suddenly can't afford me, and they have to take someone who's relatively newer, who will be cheaper to afford. So I have to be taken out of the film for the hero's film not working, for the producer, the director's film not working. None of the heroes or the producer or directors are affected with this. Everyone is getting paid and happily living there, doing their job. It's only the heroine eventually who has to be taken out of the film for no fault of hers. So such is the scenario. And of course, I'm sure you know that when a movie doesn't work, the person who is tagged as the unlucky mascot is the heroine. For no fault of hers. She was there for 3 songs and 5 scenes. How can you really blame her? She didn't even have a role to play in the scripting. Or there's nothing great out of it. The movie was not resting on her shoulders. So if you can't really blame the men in the project, you just put the entire blame on the girl, because eventually she will not open her mouth, or people will not really value what she's saying. So my audience who watch this, I just tell you, a big reason behind this is you know, our audience who probably are not vocal and don't come out enough to show that we love our heroines as much as our heroes, if not more. You know, if you people show the love towards us, then so will the industry, because industry blindly goes with numbers of what audience gives us. If you go and walk in theaters for seeing your heroine, then industry will make sure they get a heroine. We won't be replaced like how we are today.
Right.
You know, such is the scenario.